I like
yeah,
that
if you
whole
want to
thing
take
of
a
it.
nap, go to the Hall of Presidents.
No, it was fantastic. Hey, what's up? I'm Lex.
And I'm Shay.
And we want to welcome you back to our channel. If you are new here, definitely hit that subscribe button and the bell notification so you do not miss any of our videos coming up in the future.
As we stated in our last video, today's video is going to be our overall review of our most recent trip to Orlando, Florida, including both the parks, the things we did on extra days. If you did not see those videos of what we did in Florida, definitely go check those out, as well as if you're wanting to save some money, we also have our travel hacking video, which is our most recent video before this one. So
we took our trip to Disney World in October mainly because we wanted to go during Halloween. We wanted to see the villains, we wanted to do that. And I'm a huge fan of Hocus Pocus. So they had a Hocus Pocus perfect time for us. We went right in the middle of the month.
I have to agree with her. That was a great time to go to Disney World and also Universal Studios. Everything Halloween was going on, all of the cool treats and the park decorations, but you were also beating the rush of the actual Halloween day, which I'm sure was pretty busy.
So this trip actually started, we took Southwest, like we said in all of our videos. We love Southwest. We had the companion pass and we used that. I thought it started off great with our trip because the flight attendant, when we landed in Orlando, started singing. And the sun shines on the bar back in family and heart. The Journey song, but he changed the words to all like Disney World and Universal and the park. And it was pretty awesome.
From there, we Ubered to our hotel.
It was about $30 for an Uber. We had to get the XL, obviously, because there was 4 of us and we had bags. There are different options. If you're staying at a resort, Disney World offers what they call the Magical Express, which is just a bus that drops you off at the resorts there, and it doesn't cost you anything extra. You just gotta sign up with the resort, I guess. But since we didn't stay on property, we stayed it outside, we just decided to Uber. We didn't want to get a car because most places in Orlando near there, they charge for parking. And we really didn't think it was too necessary or needed because we can Uber, we can Lyft, and we had
the shuttle to get to the park. Right. And when we didn't want to use the shuttle, we wanted to get there early, we did pay for Uber.
Well, you got to consider, if you get a car, you have to pay for parking at the hotel that you're staying at. You got to pay for the car daily, and then if you drive it into Disney World, into any of the parks, you have to pay for parking. But still, that adds up, and one day, you know, you could be spending a lot of money. So we just didn't think it was worth it.
You said the Sheraton. Very nice hotel, enough space for the 4 of us. Honestly, we weren't at the hotel much of the time, so even if it were to be a little bit smaller, a little less nice, it wouldn't have been a big deal. But as we stated in our previous video, we got that hotel for free besides the taxes and fees. So for a free hotel, that was definitely super nice. One of the nicest free hotels that we've stayed in.
All right, so the first night that we got there, we're actually pretty close to the resorts. We took an Uber over to Disney Springs and kind of checked that out. It's huge there, so if you have time or you have an extra day or whatever, definitely check out Disney Springs. It's just there's a lot of stores, a lot of restaurants, a lot of shops.
NBA store, Disney
Yeah, the
stores.
NBA experience, stuff like that. We went and looked for magic bands because those are a huge thing there. So if you are going to Disney World, make sure that you download the app, the Disney World Experience app. You can do your ride times on there. You can do all your reservations on there. It was just easy. You can also see what's going on at the parks, where the bathrooms are, just a whole lot of things. So we actually used that and set up a reservation at Disney Springs for the House of Blues, and it was a great meal.
It was good. When we eat like fettuccine, like Cajun pasta.
Yeah, Cajun pasta.
It was so good. It was spicy, but it was so good.
Yeah. And then we kind of just walked around Disney Springs and hung out, and then it rained on us pretty hard while we were waiting for our Uber. It rained pretty hard. We got so.
We started in Epcot, and when we went to Epcot, they were having the Food and Wine Festival. There was all these different kinds of foods to taste, all these different kinds of alcohol from different places around the world.
When we woke up that morning, we saw that the weather was rain and just pure rain for most of the day. So we just grabbed ponchos. If you're gonna buy ponchos, I would consider buying them before you get to Disney World. Either buy them on Amazon or go to the dollar store.
They're at Target,
Walmart.
Get one that's going to last though, because most likely in Florida, you're going to at least have one full day of rain in a lot of people's experience, if not more. So if you're just buying those cheap little plastic, really thin ones, they're not going to work for much longer than a day.
Don't let that take away from the park experience. We went and it was
advantage.
It was a monsoon. It was pouring rain and it was empty.
We were walking on rides.
Yeah. We walked on all the rides before noon, I think.
And then that's when it had basically stopped raining and all of the people had flooded in. But it was nice because we had already done the rides that we wanted to do. So at that point, we could just enjoy the Food and Wine Festival.
Yeah, exactly. There are some fast pass rides that you're just not going to be able to get if you're not staying at a resort, because a resort is allowed to fast pass their rides up to 60 days in advance. Because we didn't stay on a resort, it was only 30. So we were only able to get a certain rides for our fast pass, and we weren't able to get like Frozen. But because of the weather and because nobody wanted to go to Epcot during the storm, we walked on Frozen and got off, and we could have done it probably 3 times before people started filling in. And then we just enjoyed all the food and the beer and the wine. It was a lot of fun. Me and Dell and Markel, mostly me and Dell, really enjoyed the margaritas. So
they drank a lot of margaritas, I'll tell you that.
So I would for sure check out Mexico because it was spot on. I like those a lot. We had never been to Epcot before. This was our first time. So I can't really speak to the old fireworks show. The new one was pretty good though. They had jet skis on the water.
Oh yeah, and they were like kites that like went behind the jet skis, but they were like glowing. It was so cool.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. It was a pretty cool show. We did eat dinner in Epcot. We had a reservation there as well. We didn't time it as well. We thought we were gonna time it to the fireworks show and all that kind of stuff. We timed it a little ahead of time, so we ended up watching the show outside of the restaurant. I would look into some of the restaurants that allow you to have seating for those shows, because then you don't gotta fight the crowds, you don't have to stand, you don't have to sit on the ground. You can sit in the restaurant and enjoy your food and enjoy drinks while the show's going on.
The next day was Hollywood Studios,
Tower of Terror, Rock and Roller Coaster, Toy Story Land, and the brand new The Galaxy's Edge. And the first ride that we got in, everybody was going straight over to Star Wars. So we went the other way and we jumped on Tower of Terror.
Which I don't like that ride.
Yeah.
I'll just tell you that now.
The next ride that we rode was Rock and Roller Coaster. To me, it's just like the Incredicoaster in California Adventure, just inside and just in the dark. I really enjoyed it. I liked it.
Yeah,
it was pretty intense. Anything that's in the dark that you really can't see the track in front of you, and it always intensifies the ride. So I really like that ride a lot.
We didn't end up riding the new ride in Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah, we did not ride the Star Wars ride.
Yeah. We can't rate that, but Del and Markel did, and they said it was pretty cool. So
they loved it.
They also loved the bar in Galaxy's Edge as well.
But walking through there was pretty awesome. They did a great job in that. But our favorite, Toy Story Land.
Toy Story Land. Yeah. There were so many kids all over. I'm definitely a big foodie. I like anything that's bad for me. So we had some tacos one day, and those were so
I think it was
good.
Called Andy's Lunchbox or something like that.
Andy's Lunchbox. Yeah, and they have like the little homemade Pop-Tarts.
They had a nice punch drink that was really good as well.
Oh yeah, that was so good. And it just like all the tables and stuff are made out of like crayon boxes.
Yeah, the detail in Toy Story Land, like a lot of people will walk right past it to go to Star Wars, but just check out the detail in Toy Story Land, the garbage cans, the light fixture. I will say this about Toy Story Land though, there is not a lot of shade in that part of the park. I would get there early, kind of enjoy it then, or even enjoy it at night, because Tower of Terror and Rock and Roller Coaster had some more shade.
Yeah.
Star Wars had some more shade because it was more covered as you're walking through, and Toy Story Land was hot.
Open, yeah. The only time you're gonna get shade is really going through the lines.
One of the shows that we did at Hollywood Studios was Indiana Jones. I thought it was great.
Again. Yeah, definitely.
It was very.
It had you on your toes the whole time.
Oh, we did have a reservation. In this restaurant, you actually sat in a car, and there was a big movie screen that played like black and white movies while you ate. So we got burgers, fries, and a shake. Yeah, we had the old school stuff. At Hollywood Studios, we only did a half a day that day because that night we were going to
Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween. Let me tell you, it is so worth your money, so worth your time to go ahead and pay that extra $100 to participate in Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween.
You could dress up.
Everyone can trick or treat, including the adults. You start by getting a goodie bag that had a full-size Snickers in it. Like, come on.
They would just dump candy into your bag there. So you have a lot less people to battle against to get on rides. There are a few rides that it's hard to get fast passes for, and one of those was Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. And because of Mickey's Halloween party, we were able to get on that ride in about 15 minutes. We waited in line for about 15 minutes, but people are busy doing the shows. They're looking for villains to go take pictures with. They're trick-or-treating. So a lot of people kind of bypass the rides, and we were able to walk in, which was awesome.
And they do also change some of the Space Mountain was completely pitch black, which we liked it the other way around. It was a lot cooler.
Normal way. Pirates of the Caribbean
had live actors in there.
But I have talked to some friends that have gone with some kids and to some events, and they didn't enjoy it as much. I think the kids more want to deal with characters, and they want to do those kind of things, and those lines for characters for the villains get pretty long during Mickey's Not So Scary. But if you can use this to get on rides, we rode every ride in the park, which was very, very helpful later on for us.
And the show,
the Hocus Pocus Spectacular or something like that.
Yeah, with the Sanderson sisters.
The Hocus Pocus Spectacular. They had a special parade that had the Headless Horseman, and they had a lot of the villains out. And so if we ever go back,
I would certainly do it again.
I would do an event.
So the next park we did was Animal Kingdom. If we're rating parks overall, that was probably my favorite.
Not only do you have Pandora, Flight of Passage, and the Navi River Journey, the safari with the animals,
which we rode twice.
Which we did twice.
Oh, and don't forget about our favorite freaking ride, Everest. We rode that 5 times.
Everest is the top ride for us in Disney World.
Also, ride it during the day and ride it at night because you get totally different views at night.
And the safari, like she said, we did twice because the animals interact differently at different times of the day. The first one we did was kind of midday. A lot of the giraffes, the flamingos, the alligators. But at night, when we went back, because we went back, I think almost at their very last one, more active at night. We saw the lions up there, and we didn't see them during the day. It was turning into dusk. They were up on the rocks, and they were kind of looking down. And then we got our big reservation. Markel chose this one. We ate at the Tusker House. They have the buffets and the character dining. They're pricey. They're very expensive. Now, if you're going with just your friends and you're going with an older crowd, unless you can eat a lot, unless you can get your money's worth in food, I would skip any of the dining with the character dining.
I'm also very picky, so when we went, it wasn't like I ate the children food. I was eating like macaroni and cheese, chicken nuggets, pizza, whatever they had that was more kid friendly. That's what I was eating because I'm just a picky person.
But if you were going with kids, I would put that in your budget because you can do a breakfast, a lunch, and dinner, and you don't have to do the Tusker House. There's a lot of different
princess ones.
Yeah, there's a lot of character dinings that you can do. I think it's worth it if your kids are into it. If your kids aren't into the characters, don't do it. If your kids are gonna get bored, or if you don't like a loud eating environment because they sing, they dance, there's kids everywhere, and it's confined into a building, it gets loud. If you don't like that, skip it. But if you have young kids that love it, I think it's worth the experience. I really do.
A quick tip for Animal Kingdom is if you want to ride Pandora, it seems like there's a lot of people rushing towards there. And in my head, I was thinking, no, let's just like wait till later. Like the wait time's probably long. But instead, Genius over here was like, no, like, come on, let's go. We're doing this right now. The line really was not that long when we went. So although you see those people rushing, still go ahead and rush with them, because then there's other people like me that were thinking, oh no, there's too many people right now.
We did see some people while we were walking towards Pandora turn around, and you can hear them saying, everybody's going over there. I'm not going to wait in that line. The line's going to be an hour long already. It's not worth it to me. By the time we got there, the sign did say it was about an hour wait, because when they open the park, they automatically, because they know everybody's going to go there, they automatically set it up for an hour wait on those bigger rides. And we got in probably 20 minutes.
20, 30 minutes. And also, there's a lot to see in the line. You don't notice really how long you're actually in there.
If you can't get a fast pass for this, which if you're not staying at a resort, you're probably not going to get a fast pass for this, I would make that your first ride of the day. Fast pass everything else and get right onto Pandora.
We did one show in Animal Kingdom, which was the Lion King show. It was so fun, so high. There's little monkeys swinging all over. There's big old floats that come out with like elephants.
Timon, Pumbaa, Simba. All right, and then our last park in Disney World was Magic Kingdom. And because we had done Magic Kingdom with Mickey's Not So Scary, we kind of took that time to be able to just walk around the park and kind of explore it more. I think we only rode 4 or 5 rides.
And the People Mover seems kind of weird, but it is it's interesting inside. It takes you through
Space Mountain.
Yeah, it's like back way. So it was really cool, actually.
It was different. I didn't know what to expect of it.
It's a time to go ahead and sit down and take that time to relax, and it wasn't like super
hot. You got the breeze.
You
got the breeze coming through. You can kind of go around Tomorrowland and see the park. I was really, really excited for was the Hall of Presidents. Now, she doesn't care about any of that. But I forced her to go watch it because I wanted to see it, because of the animatronics of these presidents is kind of surreal. It was.
They look like
it was creepy, kind of.
Our president,
I loved it. People will probably fall asleep in it.
I was falling asleep. That's not even a lie.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, if you want to take a nap, go to the Hall of Presidents.
No. So one of the things that we decided to buy, and I kind of did research on, was the photo pass. And this allowed us, in every single park that we went to, it allowed us to get the
ride photos, character photos, anywhere where there was somebody taking pictures.
Right, we got all the park photos just in front of like the castle in Hollywood on the streets, and
magic photos. You can see it in one of our thumbnails. I'm holding an apple over the bucket.
Yeah, that was during Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween, so they do a lot of those cool ones. We got the pictures with Wreck-It Ralph and Epcot.
Oh, yeah.
So they took our picture in front of the Mexican pavilion while we were getting margaritas. They took our picture there. If you're going to Disney World for at least 4 to 5 days and you're going to do every park, that's something I would look into, because you get all the photos and you don't have to carry your big old camera with you, and they'll take your picture and they'll load it to your card, and it gets downloaded straight to your phone to the app, and you can share it with as many people as you want.
And if you're going with other people, split that cost. Don't buy one for each of you guys if you guys are going to be together the whole day or most of the day. There's no need for that.
And we were able to download all of the photos, and there's no limit to how many photos you can get. So if you we rode Everest 5 times. We got 5 pictures from Everest, 5 roller coaster on ride pictures from Everest. So there's no limit to the pictures you get. I think it's worth it. You also get 30 days to use it.
And the nice part is when you go on rides don't ask me how. They know you're on that ride, and they know which car you're in, so they know which picture to send.
Yeah,
you don't even have to
scan
your band. If you want extra security and you feel like it may not come through, go ahead and scan your band.
Yeah, the magic bands. So we decided to get magic bands. Dell and Markel decided not to. They didn't want to spend their money on a magic band. But I love the magic band. If you're like me and your phone dies, or you're on your phone, you're using your phone to take pictures, you're on your phone because of the app trying to see ride times or your fast pass time, your phone dies.
Your phone dies or it's not loading. but with the Magic Band, we can just scan it, and we plan on using them again. So in reality, that $30 is going to be really nothing, and you can buy any style of Magic Band, plain, characters.
But I loved it. The only downfall to the Magic Band is you will get a suntan line. Our next park was actually Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure. We did those. We did both of those in one day, pretty much. The rides were a lot bigger.
Rides,
than
more
Disney
thrill
World.
rides, definitely. So if you're looking for some thrill, Universal is where it's at.
Yeah, Universal has a lot of like 3D type of interactive rides.
So we go to Jimmy Fallon.
They have Jimmy Fallon's like that, Fast and the Furious is like that, Transformers, Spider-Man, which are fun, really cool how they do them. They also kind of make me nauseous.
When you get older, you just can't handle it as much anymore, let's be real.
I'm gonna go old school here, and one of my favorite rides in Universal is probably E.T.
E.T., yes, that was awesome. If they take E.T. out, I'm literally going to be so upset.
I actually like Men in Black as well.
You gotta interact, you gotta shoot
some aliens and stuff. Yeah, we rode Escape from Gringotts, which I really, really liked. I actually like that one. I don't know, but I kind of like it better than the Forbidden Journey.
But let's talk about Hagrid's motorbike, because that ride, awesome.
Yeah.
It's literally like a bike. You have a side passenger. Thankfully, she let me ride the bike. We didn't end up riding again, so she could take a turn.
One thing that you're gonna have to do no matter what is wait in line. Hagrid's is a long line. This is the longest line that we waited in.
So worth it.
Take something to keep you busy, because you're gonna be there for a while. We had a game on the phone that we played.
Blocks.
We played blocks. So over in Islands of Adventure, where Hagrid's ride is on that side, we rode the Hulk, Spider-Man over there, which I liked. I liked Spider-Man. I liked how they did that. I wandered into Dr. Seuss land.
Oh yeah, that one was fun. Yeah, I got the big old cotton candy that you guys all see. So, but one of the things we did do is we bought the drink cup. That you paid, I believe it was like $15 for. You could refill all day. One of those Coke things. It has a Coke freestyle, so you can literally get tea
and Slurpees.
Oh yeah, you can get slushies.
For Dell, her favorite rides were the Forbidden Journey in Universal Studios, Pandora in Animal Kingdom, Gringotts in Universal Studios, Hagrid's in Islands of Adventure, and the Star Wars ride in Hollywood Studios. For Markel, it was Hagrid's, Forbidden Journey, Pandora, The Mummy in Universal Studios, which was really cool. And if you've gone to that one in California, completely different. So don't think you know what it is. And then she also liked the Rock and Roller Coaster in Hollywood Studios. As my number one favorite ride was Hagrid's ride. And then, of course, Everest, because we rode it 5 times and it was amazing. Flight of Passage in Pandora, Gringotts, and then Rock and Roller Coaster.
For me, one of my top favorites was, again, Hagrid's. I love Pandora. That was so different. And then Everest, the Slinky Dog, and Safari.
Of course, because she loves her animals, so Safari. Now, if you're thinking about taking a trip to Florida, I would recommend checking out our video that we just did, our just recent video of our money travel hacks to Disney World. I would check that out, as well as all of our videos in Florida, Universal Studios, and Disney World. Kind of get you an idea of what the park is like. If you have questions about any of the parks or anything that we did there or what you should do, definitely comment down below and let us know. We will get back to you. Follow us on Instagram, and I'll link everything down below. All right, we want to thank you for watching this video. I hope you got something out of it. I hope you got something out of our previous videos. Like I said, comment down below if there's something you want to see, if there's a vacation you want to take, something you want us to research for you. We will gladly do that. You got a booger. You had it the whole time? It's like on the bottom of your nose. Oh God. Okay, it's fun. I'm not redoing the video. If that booger's in there, it's in there. Part of us.